Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. Been looking through the key bindings and everything for a little bit. Trying to get some stuff to work here. We got a few interesting things that could help. We've got face around, so we can look around without having to spin the camera. It's a bit jarring going back and forth, but it's something. Also have some interesting stuff, like look at the camera. Changed the keybind in this because I thought it might be slightly different than that, but we can look at the camera, which is very, very fourth wall breaky. It's kind of wild. We got stuff like sheathing and unsheathing, turning around, first person, third person mode, and changing the UI off. So, lots of interesting stuff here. Screenshots and all that kind of stuff too. Anyways, still don't need to open up the play guide really. We're doing just fine. We're still close to level 10 in carpentry. We could go back and get that at some point, just to not have that there. We have recommendations to do just everything in this area. And honestly, it probably would be worth clearing out some of the level 1 quests here, just to get more familiar with Limensa here. But before we worry about that, we're going to do something about pirates. Not this way. You hear about Commodore Rainer's investigation? Then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Aleport. Once you arrive in western Lanasia, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sestatia. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and folk there will prepare you, train with the skills you'll need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the sea grounds. The hall is on the way to Sestatia, just north of Aleport. Head inside, and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Okay. So we need to get to the Hall of Novice. Fair skipper. We're going to specifically Aleport. We get passage to Mist, Casa del Sol. Got lots of places. Ferry's bound for Aleport. You riding with us? For 40 gil? That's fine. We can afford it. Western Lanasia. Map in the realm, Western Lanasia. Okay. See what level the stuff is here. I think the main quest here is like 14-ish, 15-ish, something around there. Where are we at here? Yeah. More quests all over the place. Here's what we're trying to do. 15. We've got a crystal here. Docks. Isle of Umbra. Not that way somewhere. More quests we could do. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. Let's get a run on here. More quest here. More leaves. Get this here. There's so many options. Stuff to do. Tune this. Tune the interface. Register a favorite destination. So I want to overwrite. Go for. I'm not sure where Frog Float is. Overriding. Moving around. We should probably put those elements in here. It's cheap enough to teleport back here. Also, we can take the flights though, so that's fine too. Chocobo Keep. That's worth picking up. Chocobo Porter. Access to location. There you go. Just stuff to do whenever you get to a new area here. We want to go to the Hall of the Novice, which is out this way. This is Aleport. Upper. No, I see those are here. Aleport docks. Also here. 15. 15. There's plenty of stuff to be done. I'll just get over to nice main business here. Hall of the Novice. It's got the symbol and everything. That's me. I am the Novice. Here is Seasoned Adventurer. Hey. I used to be an adventurer, of whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are brave to the depths of the Testacea Seagrat. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty, and are what the epic tales would have you believe. Strolling to such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions. You shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. So I suggest you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. So it's right here. And there. When you've mastered all that our masters have to teach you, then it'll be time to head north once more. With the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of the Testacea Seagrat, it will furnish you with details of your duty. Okay. So technically we could go right there. Should probably keep working on this though. Well, well. The mantle of adventurer does not drape so awkwardly from your shoulders as it once did. But while questing alone certainly brings its own rewards, you haven't truly ventured until you've delved into some darkened dungeon. Stalwart comrades at your side. Ancient ruins, echoing caverns, and all manner of deadly places lie hidden across the realm. These are best conquered in the company of trustworthy allies. Such advice holds true for many a formidable foe that would crush a solitary adventurer. How one fights in a party, however, is often drastically different from how one fights alone. Thus we construct the Hall of the Novice, where we endeavor to prepare you for those difficulties. Here within these walls, we offer burgeoning heroes a bevy of training exercises. Step into the flames, my friend. Forge the skills you shall need for the morrow. Membership granted. You now have access to the Hall of the Novice. Register for training exercises by speaking with one of the smiths, or select Hall of the Novice located under Duty in the main menu. Okay. DPS training, exercise 1. Avoid area of effect attacks. This will probably be fairly straightforward. We can look at it. Display community sign. Let's do everything. Avoid area of effect attacks. Commence wait withdraw. Looks like it's going to be solo information sharing. Duty commenced. Let's proceed directly to the briefing. This exercise will be learning avoidance. An enemy often tips his hand before a big attack. Your best defense is to skip out of the way. Okay. You pass the exercise once I decide you've learned this lesson. Everything is clear, I trust. Say the word when you're ready to begin. Whee. Okay. So we've got some stuff to help with this. Jump 10 away. Prepare to commence training then? Yes. This is pretty much the only big movement ability we have though. Repelling shot. It's now underway. Okay. Try carefully. When you see an attack coming, move out of the strike zone. You'll be facing me first. Quick on your feet. Axe wielding training partner. Run away. See if we can do this. Oh, gosh. This is a new attack. Better change your dances. You got charge attack coming through. Oh, let's have a charge and more of a sweep. Running the jumping backwards would not help with this one. Avoid range attacks. Yep. We didn't even do this here. No. Target's not in range for that. So we need to be in range for that. Move swiftly. Looks like it might have hit further than the thing. We're just right on the edge, technically. Should avoid both at once. Got it. Isn't it a shame we are losing? What? Watch for the signs. Okay, we were stunned there for a while. Oh boy. So it's like a... you could just keep running away. That's also an option. Just keep moving. Bravo! This exercise. We can receive your reward. And we got a reward for this too. For just walking slightly away, we are rewarded. Amazing. Nicely done. Learn to avoid the obvious attacks is a skill all adventurers need. Those who insist on standing still won't long survive the profession. And speaking of survival, perfecting each of my lessons will earn you a piece of armor to aid you in your chosen role. Should you feel so inclined, repeat the same lesson with the other masters, and they might reward you with equipment tailored towards their fields of expertise. Okay, DPS, probably be a tank and a healer one too. You're surprised for completing the exercise. Remember, the real prize is the lesson you've learned. Amazing. Brand new gloves with way more stats. I like me some brand new gloves. And we also level synced for that slightly. Makes sense. I didn't see it looked like my health was slightly lower there. Brand new gloves. Let me look at the equipment here. These are a bit worse. Worth it. Worth it in a lot of way. There's the tank guy, the DPS guy, healer guy. Let's keep talking to the smith here. My reports, you've yet to fully complete your training. There are no obligation to finish the final exercise, of course. There's much to gain and not to be lost in the attempt. Alright. Training 2. Assist allies in defeating a target. Attack things. As the DPS. Who would have thought? What a novel idea. Please help doing the DPS. DPS. See directly to the briefing. When it comes to your place in the party, you are at the sharp end of the spear. Simply put, your goal is to inflict as much damage as possible while keeping your own skin intact. As such, you cannot just attack whichever enemy you please. Darn. Strike a foe other than the one controlled by your ally. You risk becoming the target of deadly aggression. As you might have guessed, the purpose of this exercise is to teach cooperation. Your ally will hold the enemy's attention. It's your job to take the foe down. Fair enough. Work with your allies to defeat the enemy to move on to the next training exercise. Means clear, I trust, so we're when you're ready to begin. Alright. Prepare for suspense training? Yeah. It's definitely a system. It's definitely a system. Training exercise now underway. Okay. Same foe as your ally to win the battle. This ally. Nice wielding training partner. Guess we're taking the training partner. Occupied. I'm trying to bring him down. Stats. There's a hint about enemy facing. Also, a hard time of wind blows. Strike from behind. Well, certain teams that perform better when executed from such positions. We also need to worry about going too far ahead and aggroing with things. There's pros and cons. And a straight shot to finish things off. Bravo! This concludes the exercise. You can receive your reward. Still brings us straight over back to the door here. You mark the stories of your ally, taking the enemy hits. Coordinating efforts with a heavily armored defender allow you to fight to your fullest. Here's your prize for completing the exercise. Remember, the real prize is the lesson you've learned. It's brand new boots. Also, quite good. We also have skipped a lot of the actual out-of-the-world quests from level 15 onwards, so presumably these would be at least similar. They could also be actually quite good equipment to encourage the use of better stuff. Brand new boots. They make us equally determined. More of other stats. There you go. A little bit shorter boots here, it looks like. So we can see our pants a little bit. That's fine. More training. Defeat an occupied target. Something like the same. It's alright. Comments. Alright. So now to the briefing. This exercise will be fighting multiple opponents. Key victory is coordinating with your comrades, which will fall all the swifter under a focused assault. Work with your allies to beat the enemy to move on to the next training exercise. Their interests going to begin. And usually you're going to have more than one enemy you're dealing with. More of a accurate representation of how things are going to go. It's now underway. A whole bunch of guys. So I fight with a staff waver, which foes are often most dangerous. Try to attack the same as your ally, strike the wrong foes 5 times and fail this exercise. Okay. Let's see. What if they're always going to turn purple like that? That's a very good indicator of where the aggro and the tank is doing their stuff. So now we'll move on to the fist fighter. And out the axe wielder. Definitely don't want to use the AoE for this, since that would be hitting the other ones and fail the exercise here. Another yet standing. Don't lose your focus. Axe wielding guy. As long as you don't draw aggro, everything's pretty much fine. That's the DPS. Should be pretty smooth sailing. Okay. Coordination is the key to conquering foes swiftly and safely. For both your allies, the efficacy of your armor need not be tested. Here's your prize for completing exercise. Remember, the real prize is the lessons you've learned. Didn't give us armor this time. Shame. Might not do like the whole set. That's fine. Let's see what other. Wonder how many lessons there's gonna be here. What else do we do? Don't get hit. Attack things. Attack the correct thing. Yeah. Next training. Avoid engaged targets. Okay. And which way are they engaged this time? So get you to the briefing. Go. Remember the lessons? Where you had to add evading enemy attacks? Yep. Exercise will put that train to test. This means plan your strikes around some fancy footwork. With your allies to defeat the enemy, move on to the next training exercise. Everything's clear. clear? Okay. Be good. As a ranged DPS, we have a lot of benefits to staying out of the way. Engage the axe wielder, but keep an eye out for counterattacks. If you allow yourself to be hit 5 times, we'll start the exercise again from the beginning. Okay. He's still blasting at us, even though the tank has aggro. Wonder how accurate that'll be. It could happen, I suppose. That's the stuff. Fireball's also happening. Got to the very last. Yep. Mage is also blasting. I notice we're not attacking the mage first this time. It's fine. That's okay. This concludes the exercise. Very good. So even as DPS, we still need to be paying attention. Nearly done. Bring off attacks to save your skin is always the wisest course. It may sometimes be a frustrating dance. Better to dodge than be sprawled in the dust. Price for complete exercise. This time we get a brand new skirt. Show us the pants here. She's good. Lots of level syncing. That's alright. Let's sync the character instead of level syncing the objective here. That's fine. Okay. So the hard leather X here. Why it's not showing us the overview? There it is. Guess I was holding it. Look at all the pluses on this. Still got the whole leather leggings part, so that's fine. Immediately switching up the armor here. What's next? Engaging enemy reinforcements. And by that they probably mean, let the tank get aggro on the enemy reinforcements. Directly to the briefing. Once again. Exercise will teach you how to deal with enemy reinforcements. As battle progresses, new foes will appear on the field. Sudden arrivals will target your weakest comrade, and must be quick to eliminate them. Work with your allies to defeat the enemy. We can move on to the next training exercise. Okay. So reinforcements, but they're weaker potentially. So we actually deal with them instead of just having the tank grab everything. Potentially. See how things go. Do not appeal for reinforcements. Let's see what they got. Another reinforcements arrive on the field. Engage the new foe. See, the problem with that is that we grab aggro. Handle the situation perfectly. Question. I guess it really depends on how tanking works. Kind of like an off-tank kind of idea. But we're getting beaten up pretty severely here. We can avoid doing that. That'd probably be a better plan. I mean, they probably wouldn't have a tutorial about drawing aggro on reinforcements if it wasn't something you would probably want to do. One would think, at least. One would think. Fine performance. Parties do without a source of restoration. When reinforcements threaten your healer, it's time to spring into action. Definitely better us than the healer, I suppose. Prize for completing the exercise. Remember, the prize lessons learned. money. XP. Okay. Alright, fully completed. Interact with the battlefield. Exercise 6. There's potentially somewhere we could see a list of how many of these there's going to be, but it's going fine. Battlefield interaction. Exercise will learn to manipulate the battlefield. During the battles, enemies will pour forth from the rear gate. Foes will continue to flood in whilst this portal remains open. Just operate the lever that closes the gate, or your party will be overwhelmed. Work with your allies to defeat the enemy. You can move on to the next training exercise. Alright. Almost like a puzzle. Very easy, close the gate to stop enemies coming through. Puzzle. Interactive. Exercise is now underway. Okay. You should enemy, but be wary of the gates. Gates open. Reinforcing now. Operate the lever. Now, where is the lever? There's the lever. So we ignore them. Quickly go and close the gate. Now mop up the remaining foes here. Get him off the healer. I suppose we could aggro the automaton and then once open the gate, or close the gate. Probably been safer plan. That's not exactly the initiative. Possible. Depends on what the situation is, I assume. Okay. It's imperative to recognize when a battle is turned against you. Act quickly to neutralize an enemy's advantage. Be prepared to suffer through a difficult fight. Be surprised. We get a brand new tabard. So the same base defense. Let's see if it's comparable in the bonuses here. Yeah, I think we got this from a higher level quest. Possibly the Archer quest, level 20. So it would be reasonable. Goat skin jacket. Rid of this. This is 4 strength dex, vitality, and critical hit. Strength dex, vitality, determination, skill speed. That's similar. It's a higher level item. It's probably better. This one has skill speed. This one has more of just all the base stats. They probably look better as a set here. That's a fancier look. They're both okay. This is more strength, dexterity. Vitality's fine. More critical hit instead of skill, speed, and determination. Roughly similar. Next, the final exercise. Put everything together in a real battle. Dodge things, close the gate, fight the stuff, attack the reinforcements. It's the big one. Right at the mountain peak. The final exercise. Alright. As the culmination of your training, all the skills you acquire will be put to the test. Alright. Your lessons into practice, and you do just fine. Say the word when you're ready to begin. Alright. Are you prepared to commence training then? Yep. Training exercise is now underway. See the basics, shall we? Ensure the enemy's facing and stay out of harm's way. We got a dodo. Don't go up right next to the tank and get blasted by the aliens. Quick. Bring out the jackal before I get some here. That. While also trying to stay out of the dodo attacks. Get behind it for even better hits. Another jackal. Save the healer. Just attack the jackal. Immediately switches aggro to us. It's fine. And the healer is also helping to heal us. That's great. And more dodo goes down. Multiple foes. We're going to coordinate efforts with your allies. Oh, multiple foes. Here we go. See who the tank decides to get on. This one in the middle, mostly. The outside one? Maybe on the outside one. That's okay. Died quick enough that he didn't get to do his attack. That's fine. It's interesting that dodging around is something to be concerned with. The last challenge. Alright. Ready on the movement? Can you deal with anybody else that shows up? Oh boy. It just randomly stop attacking the tank to attack you instead. It's definitely something. It's definitely something. Here we go again. A little more. Focus. See this foe defeated. That is in fact the plan. Get the poison back on here. Might as well. Mission Island. Looks like we can't use possibly higher level things. You know, it's level 18, where levels go down. We can't use higher level abilities. Good to know. Okay. You earn yourself a Novice no longer. Accept this prize to commemorate your achievement. We get a brand new ring. Now that's got some stats on it. That I can potentially work with. The final exercise complete. Okay. Strength and dexterity on this one. I guess we'll switch off the copper ring for the brand new ring. Look at all those extra stats. Love that. Oh yeah. Definitely better. Definitely better. Still rocking this base necklace, base earring, base bracelet. I think we also did start with this ring. How many soul crystals? That's right. Ah, splendid. So you've mastered the lessons of the hall. Henceforth, you are a novice no longer. Believe me, it's still pretty novice. Believe me, my friend. There's no greater thrill than striving alongside like-minded companions to overcome the deadliest of challenges. May the wisdom you gained in the Hall of the Novice serve you well on your adventures. What do you do? Register for training, ask about new adventures. Yeah, ask about new adventures. What is a new adventure? What is a novice network? Bonus experience. What is a mentor? Adventurers Guild. See new adventurers as fledgling heroes. They are champions of tomorrow. Nascent stars of limitless potential. New adventure stats apply to all players who have recently begun their adventures in Eorzea. Notice you can identify with the 2-leaf symbol displayed next to their name. Yep. Okay. What? Takes care of that. I did all the DPS here. Oh, Arctic. One of our prize students. I have no doubt you shall put our lessons to good use on the battlefield. Should you ever wish any further instruction, you need only say the word. Interesting. Just information about how to do all the things. We did it. I think we can also put this more together here too. With other stuff here. There's guild has daily roulette. Basic training, enemy parties. There's multiple parties of enemies. I'm going to draw a single target from groups in range attacks and gain from locations far out of line of sight. This is grouping. Then under the armor, there's also something here. These are level 10, like kind of like starter kind of things. Ability to manage multiple parties of enemies. Draw single targets from groups and ranged attacks. Each from locations far out of line of sight of the other creatures. What a good plan. Wait, 30 minutes. Middle, Lunacia. The same ones. Central Shroud. See if we can do this. 1 to 4 players, 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS. It's also a question of general party size. Limited jobs participate only in a preformed party meeting party size requirements. Or restricted party only allows level 10 sync from 11. Loot. We can do this. We had like other one completed before. Basic training. Was this the? This one we already did? Let's see about this. It went so. The one that we did went so quickly. It's not entirely unfeasible. This is what we already did. Didn't have like a check mark or anything next to it. I guess that was the box for looking for groups. Journal. Here's the quests we're doing. Got recommendations. Duty finder. It's just basic parties. And I think we need to complete some of these earlier ones before higher level ones would be available. We also need to talk to other Leave and Guildhouse guys. All of these are definitely buttons that we can't click on. A daily roulette, it's also a thing. We'll see. Unrestricted parties not allowed. World Island restrictions are lifted for parties meeting minimum size requirements. Yeah, we learned more about going into zones where enemies would attack, and that parties are a thing in that previous one. It's under the basic training system here, it looks like. A fine continuation from the solo kind of learning here, I would think. Registration language, English. Yes, that would be helpful. See if we can get right a little starter party here. There we go. Light party. That's 4 people possibly? Is a light party? Alright. Duty commence. Here's the party members. Some Condor. How many parties will attack all at once? Try to avoid more than one party at a time. And then we run into here. That summons the guy. New attacks, use single charges, packed up. Aggroing guys. Out of the way of that. What are we clicking on? Yeah, I think this is the one we did before. It was a little bit awkward to click on specific things. Guys. Tiny. It's there. Duty complete. Alright. Fair enough. Yeah, that was the one we did before. We just didn't have all the different pieces of information there. Soon. Yeah, that was simple enough. First time. What was it? It had completed operation without suffering a single KO. Great. Let's see if we can do the other one here. Or if this continues to be a thing. There's also the system for commendations or something like that. Duty finder. We did that. What's this? Bachman, a wandering revenant, trapped in the corporeal realm, has reclaimed his legendary suit of armor. Now waits silently near the Hemter Deepcroft for any who would challenge him. Not only does the undead knight brandish a massive blade, incapacitating multiple victims in one fell stroke. When threatened, Bachman will summon his decaying minions from the pits of the seventh hell. Beat the restless soul and send him back to the life stream, where he may, at long last, find peace. Sure. Could check that out. I don't think this is the one we need to do. We're going up this way for pirates in this dungeon. Let's do one more thing here first. Why not? Why not? Are these other ones higher level? To level 12. Bloodletter's level 12. But this is sinking us to level 10. We might not be able to do that. That's definitely something to be aware of when getting level synced. Which of your abilities no longer work? Very important to be aware. Yeah. So we continue to be level synced here. We're not worrying about accidentally grabbing aggro off of things by spamming out AoEs if you can't use AoEs yet. Well, that's okay. It's definitely something. It's definitely something. Check the map here. What's we got? We got Leaves of Aleport here. Stronghold out this way. 46, level 45. Level 12 and 13. Level 40. You might be able to kind of determine what level places are based on what's happening with our little pop-up duties here. Like up here. It's probably level 46 in that area. Alright. See how this goes. Light party. Okay. Yeah, it's just 4 again, it looked like. Alright. We'll do stuff. Already almost done. See if the tank can pick that up. That's fine. We're not learning much by just blasting through the fight. That's alright. We get there. GG. Very good. We come people. You can click on them like that. That's cool. Everyone's already leaving. How do we... Player commandants. Yes. Go for it. Everybody gets some. No degree. After shows a success. This payment for efforts, turn a little extra. You consider returning to hit us once again. Also an A for completing. The Hess is an archer for the first time. That was the first time doing that one. Additional bonus is added for your operations stuff for an KO. Good. And a lot of completion bonus. Really stuff. Alright. Yeah. Even though everyone's still level synced, and it does level sync your equipment too, we still just absolutely blasted through that with no problems whatsoever. So, that's okay. Let's get up to where we need to be here. So, right over here. There's a dusk bat. They're chilling. It's your turn. Do you mean to enter the sea grot? Marvelous. Just bear in mind, though, if you perish in its labyrinthine depth, no one will come for your bones. How encouraging. Thanks. Here is a whole bunch of guys hanging out outside. Please somebody here on Yellow Jacket duty. Not some daft sod out for a stroll. Can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. Assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra? Yep. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sestasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fish-fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves, find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Duty support unlocked. Sasha now accessible. New ability has been added to the duty finder. Dungeons. Duty calls, a dungeon beckons. List the aid of allied players and NPCs alike to slay monsters, solve mysteries, and defeat the mighty boss lurking in the depths. Conquering dungeons is not only a time-honored tradition of adventurers, it also progresses the main scenario and tests your prowess at a given class or job in a timed environment. Intimidated? Fear not, dear adventurer. For with a little guidance, you too shall be clearing dungeons with confidence in no time. Into the depths. 2 ways to adventure. You may challenge a dungeon via 2 different methods: by calling upon the support of trusty NPCs, or by pooling your talent with other players, be they best friend or first acquaintance. No matter how you form your party, the trials that await you will be comparable in difficulty and experience. No matter how independent and capable you may be, a dungeon is too mighty a challenge to overcome on one's own. By choosing duty support, when accessing the entrance of any applicable dungeon, you summon a balanced team of skilled NPCs to support you on your path to glory. Just don't forget them once you're rich and famous, yes? After choosing to challenge a dungeon with NPCs via duty support, a party that perfectly complements your current class or job will be automatically created for you. All that's left is select Register for Duty and begin battling monsters in no time. Into the Depths Duty Finder. They say a burden shared is a burden halved. The Duty Finder, and so that burden amongst a team of players who smolder with the same passion for adventure as you do. No need to recruit such teammates yourself. The Duty Finder's matchmaking system will automatically group players according to chosen challenge and other criteria, guaranteeing a balanced and invigorating cooperative experience for all. Once you've been matched with a party, you'll be notified by a bracing sound that the time for battle is at hand. So select Commence, and you'll have you and your comrades will be delivered unto the fray. Remember, the adventurers with whom you're cooperating are fellow players. Take advantage of the full and varied strengths your group possesses, by communicating respectfully and often. Dungeons abound. As your journey progresses, more and more dungeons will become available, until you find yourself master of a sea of tribulations overcome. but don't let completion deter you from challenging your favorite duties again. Simply open duty support to play through dungeons you've cleared. Use the duty finder to do the same dungeons not yet supported by the NPC party system. So that's only for some then. Fair. No matter your craving, you're guaranteed to find an adventure to satisfy. While this introduction to dungeons has no doubt been immortalized within the hallowed halls of your mind, if you find yourself in need of a refresher, you may access tutorial information again by selecting the question mark icon in the duty support or duty finder windows. True adventurer knows the meaning of duty. Secure your legacy by fulfilling yours. I understand what I must do. Got a basic idea here. These are some of the NPCs that might come in with us. I'm sorry. I came as fast as I could. I tried haggling with the merchant, but 2 potions was the best I could get with the money you gave me. I had no idea how expensive they were. So just other parties out here doing their best. What took you so long? Huh? If my purse was too light, you might have considered using some of your own bleeding coin to get us what we need. You've only ever been useful as the contents of your pockets. The cause knows you can barely eel a scratch. We took up adventure in life to take on one of the big jobs and claim the big rewards. How are we meant to do that if you can't even get our supplies in order? The one I was talking to. Well, we'll see who gets the glory. The job should be ours, and should have been ours in the first place. It's me. I'm messing with their hopes and dreams. Preparing for our inaugural outing as a party, wandering around in the caves, turning over a few rocks. How difficult could it possibly be? I never expected our first visit to the Adventurers Guild would yield such a straightforward way to win fame and fortune. They're going to all die. Waha, you're so slow. You lose a foot race to a tree slug. They are in no way, shape, or form prepared here. We have got 35 potions, so I call that a win. Up to 160 max. That looks like we might be getting towards where we need higher level potions. That's right. Fellow adventurer. You two are here to unravel the mysteries of Sestasha. I've adventured across this wide realm for more seasons than I dare to count, yet Eorzea manages to surprise me with her beauty and splendor. Our journeys are not ended by the attainment of riches or fame. It's an unquenchable thirst for the unknown that drives us into the wilds time and again. Even if I explore the world for 1,000 years, I would never grow weary of this life. More experienced adventurers over here. Grandfather and I are companions on the road. We travel where the winds take us, and drink in all the wonders this world has to offer. Only an adventurer can understand the joys of such freedom, of discovering hidden places and experiencing sights and sounds that few may ever know. The passing years have begun to take their toll on the old man, but no force save death itself will sate his appetite for adventure. He's probably still good for it, though. That's alright. The smith is here again. Garrett. Look at this beauty. See how she glows? You can almost feel the power running through her. Wait, what do you have there? What is it? What's it look like? It's a short sword. A powerful short sword? But now I suppose you're wondering why all the fuss over a short sword. That's easy, you see. This isn't your ordinary run-of-the-mill, mass-forged, store-bought, bottom-of-the-bargain bin short sword. This here is a general, ethereal short sword. One of a kind, in fact. Can't you see it glow? No? Well, trust me, it's there. That glow means this short is special, means it's powerful, at least a little more powerful than what you'd normally expect from a mere short sword. Can I buy your sword? A deal. Ha! Do you know how long it took me to find this? How many parties I was forced to suffer with greedy bastards kept claiming all the ethereal loot, even though their bags were full of stuff? No, this sword is mine. If you want it, you'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. Which, in truth, is how ethereal gear comes to be. You've heard of spirit bonds, I assume? That spiritually charged ethereal connection you form with any gear you have equipped. Well, in rare cases, when someone wielding an item with an especially strong spirit bond is slain in battle, the energy created by that bond remains trapped inside, and then returning to the life stream. The energy enhances the gear, and Viola, even an ethereal short sword, or an ethereal subligar, or a pair of ethereal goatskin smithy gloves of Gathering. The fact that an item to become ethereal, the owner of that item must perish while having it equipped. Usually means that they can only be found in dangerous locations where terrible bloody battles have occurred. Now, if I were looking to get my hands on another ethereal weapon, it might be that I'd head back inside Sastasha. Wink, wink. I'll leave you alone with your sword. Get special drops by going into the dungeon. What a shocking concept. You don't have the look of a pirate. One can never be too careful on this island. Somewhat piratey. Here's the smith again. This is the same guy. They'll all just called the Smith. We are thrilled and striving alongside like-minded companions to overcome the deadliest of challenges. May the wisdom you gain in the halls of the Novice serve you well on your adventures. That's the plan. We got some of the gear for it too. I call that pretty good. Anyways, we're going into this dungeon. Is it all magical? Next time. Goodbye.